Today I want to show y'all boys step by step how to sign a great recruiting class. We're going to go for top 5, maybe even number 1 with a mid team, a middle of the pack team. We're going to go with Maryland for this challenge or whatever you want to call it, man. I feel like everyone dropped videos on how to recruit for a really bad team, or how to get 5 stars, whatever. We're going to show you how to do it with a middle of the pack team. And if you already know everything about recruiting, if you're already the best recruiter in the world, I hear you. It still might be a thing or two for you in this video, so check it out. So our head coach, Mike, does have a little bit of elite recruiter, only for the running backs and receivers. That's going to be tier 1, and then we're going to have a bunch of just regular recruiter for some of our coaches, so keep that in mind. But it's not really a crazy coaching build. We don't have the best pipelines. We're not in the best area. But we're going to show you how to sign a pretty good, I would say a pretty great recruiting class. Like I said, we're going for top 5. I believe we can get number 1. And coming over here, the first thing, the name of the game for us is going to be 4-star players, man. That's going to be where we get our money, 4-star players. So for some reason, when you start off as a 3-star school, you have so many 4 stars interested in your program to start off. So we're going to take advantage of that, man. None of these players have us number 1 or anything, but we're going to add all of these guys. Even got a few 5 stars. We're going to fill up our whole class full of 4 stars, man. I don't want to worry anything about a 3-star until the very end of the cycle, man. If we have this many 4 and 5 stars we could talk to, I'm not worrying anything about a 3-star. I'm just not. I'm not, man. We're even going to come back over here to the 5 stars. We have one more spot left. I just want to see if it's anyone we have a pipeline boost for, and we're going to go ahead and add them to our list because that's easy money. Damn, we do have a Maryland guy, but he has a deal breaker, but we do have a bunch of Virginia guys. But I want to look at the 5 stars, man. Any 5 stars that we could sneakily add to our board. One Cali guy don't look great when it comes to the other schools interested. So a method I like to use is go through and just see if any schools don't really make sense, have any business maybe going after that player. And I'm not really seeing it here. Let me go to 4 stars and find an example. And a perfect example is a guy like this, man. Like, he is a top 50 player in the nation. Unfortunately, we're locked out for playing time. If we remove a tight end off our board, we can add this guy. But just look at the schools, the programs interested in him. He's a Florida guy. And your biggest school is UCF. We can compete with that. So I'm looking for guys like this, 4 stars, and you'll get some 5 stars like this. This is a recruitment I know is going to be easier. It's definitely, that guy is definitely more likely to be under recruited than a guy like this, that's from Georgia and got nothing but top schools interested in him. And we found another great example of a guy, a running back that we could actually add, man. 103rd player in the nation. And just look, man, Michigan State is going to be the biggest battle for this guy, but they probably don't even have a significant pipeline boost. Early on, you want to find, look at this. Nobody has a great pipeline boost. Ohio State is in there. But more likely than not, they're probably not even going to go after this guy. Unfortunately, he has a playing style deal breaker. Not great because he could lock us out at any moment. But this is a guy I know will be a little bit under recruited. And as many of these guys as possible I can add to my board, I will. In this situation, we only have 1 spot open. But we're going to do a little bit of scouting, then we're going to get them scholarships out. So I went through, did some scouting, found some good players, found some okay guys. The main thing is to find your gems, because the gems are going to be the guys you prioritize. And the bust, usually those guys are a little bit under recruited. So I'm not completely against bringing in a bust player. I'm not, especially with development trait having the chance to increase. I am not against that whatsoever, man. So I'm not going to remove these busts off the board, especially when I'm a 3-star school. It'd be different if, I'm LSU, I'm Alabama, then it'd be a different story. But at this point, I am willing to go after anyone that wants to come here. So also, I just want to look at this list right here and my schedule and see what's going to be my primetime visit week. And it looks like week 6 and week 7, man. We have back-to-back home games. And then outside of that, maybe week 10, we get a rivalry game, but unfortunately, it's going to be on the road. Rivalry games are perfect, and that's our only rivalry game here, man. Maybe we could remove a guy or remove a schedule and, add in a rivalry game for here week 3, but week 3 is just too early for a visit, so it's not really worth it. All right, so week 2 here, the next thing I want to do is just put hours into guys. You know, I want to prioritize. I want to go through and see who's being under recruited, who we could get easy. You know, a guy like this, you know, playing style is a deal breaker I might want to avoid, even though I believe I could 100% win this recruitment. But he has a playing style deal breaker. I can't waste hours, man. I cannot. So I'm going to go through position by position, also look at these deal breakers. A guy like this, where it appears free right now, nobody's offering a scholarship. I need to get as far ahead as possible before Alabama figure out they want this guy. Same situation here. If we want to go after this guy, we need to put the hours in now, because Alabama is right there with the better pipeline boost. But he's a bust. We already got one tight end, so I'm not going to prioritize that. A recruitment like this, I think we could win. It's only Boston College, Rutgers, and Syracuse offering that scholarship. I think I could compete with those guys, even though Rutgers has a 5 pipeline boost. I know that hard sell grades are not going to be that much better than ours. So I'm going to go through position by position and kind of just throw some of these hard sells on, man. I'm not going to spread myself thin. We're going to go all out for some guys and then move on to the next guy. We got a raw straight lineman from Hawaii. No one got a great pipeline boost. We're going to put our money there. We got another guy from DMV area. We could put the hours there. But also, these 5 stars. We had a couple 5 stars on our board. Want to make sure I'm putting 50 hours into those guys, because that's going to be the only chance we'll have to get them. Another guy like this. This looks free. No one got a pipeline boost. You got smaller schools. You know, LSU ain't offered that scholarship, nor did Georgia. I'm willing to put my hours there. But let's make sure we're just prioritizing guys. And, you know, maybe a recruitment like this, where you see a lot of big dogs. Yes, he's from our state, but it's a lot of big dogs in that mix, man. It's scaring me away compared to a guy like this, who we're the only one to offer that scholarship, and we found out he's a gem. I mean, that's a no-brainer when we're going through and recruiting. And we got a couple very good corners, but you got to prioritize. Do you want to go after the gem that everyone appears to like, or do you go after a guy like this who, you know, is maybe getting a little bit under-recruited? You know, I would go after the gym, but the second guy I'll go after definitely is going to be one of these under-recruited guys. We got so many corners, and a couple of them 5 stars, so we definitely going to try to bring in these 5 stars as well. And I just want to also circle back and make sure I'm not bringing in any guys that has playing style deal breaker. I want to avoid that at all costs. And obviously, when you're recruiting, you do want to go with the guys a little bit closer, because you get that easier visit, that cheaper visit. But at the same time, when you get situations like this, you know, or I say a situation like this, where it's a guy from Kentucky, that visit is going to be more expensive, but it's a freer recruitment. And you only have one of the team you're competing with, and nobody have a pipeline boost. It's like, I'm almost more, you know, into going after a guy like that rather than, you know, a closer guy, but we're competing for 7 different schools. And lastly, let's put our hours into the #1 player in the nation. We're going after 3 5 stars, and they're all corners. Hopefully we get 4 of these corners, man. We're going after 4. Hopefully we get all 4. But that's kind of where we at, man. We could be, you know, obviously you want to look at your team needs and, you know, maybe go after them a little bit more than what we're doing. But our team needs is really not that crazy. And we're going to backfill our class with 3 stars and transfers. I have no fear about getting players at positions that we actually need. You do get a quarterback here that I kind of want to put some hours in. So let's, even though, like I said, this is a recruitment that's a little bit just weird when there's so many high-level teams, a lot of pipeline boosts going around, and it's a tough one because we don't have excellent grades. Some players we can't even hard sell because of our grades. So instead of going after this other 5-star corner or 4-star corner that's a gem, we're going to put our hours into this last quarterback, man. No reason to bring in 4 corners. So let's be a little bit smart and go after this quarterback, and let's advance. So every week, I just want to continue to progress and look at our guys and just identify when we need to get out. You know, that's the most important thing. You know, a guy like this, remove. I mean, we didn't make the cut, but that's a guy we definitely could have got. But I just want to keep monitoring, continue to understand when we need to get out. And if we're just dominating the recruitment, okay, that means, to me, that don't mean leave the hours there. That means take the hours off. And you'll see me do that later in this video. But for now, in these first couple weeks, I'm just going to sit in the house and just wait until we hit some of these top 5 so we can start scheduling visits and also throwing these hard sells on. But at this point, I would usually go over to the, you know, prospect list, see what 4 stars, 5 star being under recruited. But we just have too many guys we're currently worried about. It's probably not worth doing that right now. But I bet you there's a good amount 4 and 5 stars that we could just go after if we wanted to. So we had our first player hit his top 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through, find his proper hard sell, and we're going to put him on the visit. I think that's going to be his hard sell right there. Through a process of elimination, we can determine, yes, that is his proper hard sell. And fortunately, he's from the DMV area, so we get to throw a cheaper visit on, the cheapest visit possible. And in this situation, we do get to do a FCS visit. Is it worth it? Probably not, unless you're putting other guys on a visit. So before I put him on the visit, let me just go through and see if any other players that we maybe get a complimentary. Damn, if this tight end, that would have been perfect. If this O-lineman, but it seems like he's going to be the only one that hit his top 5 on offense. So we can't do a complimentary visit. So we're probably better off just waiting until an actual game, because we're going to get a real boost for that visit. So that's what exactly we'll do, man. Even waiting until week 6 feels a little bit wrong, just because there's a chance he commits before then. Like, there's a solid chance he commits before then. So I'm actually going to do the visit as soon as possible. I'm actually going to do that visit week 3. And I think that's going to work out a little bit better. Even though it's not a complimentary, I think it's going to work out a little bit better, and let's advance. And look at this. Look at this. This is the guy we have 0 chance to get out. They put the hard sell on, and they hard sell just 10 times better than our hard sell. We have 0 chance. We put him on a visit. Guess what? We only wasted 10 hours. We have no chance. We're removing them. It happens, especially when you get into these recruitments with these big schools. That's why I try to avoid the bigger programs at all costs, man. So now we're at a point where we could like soft sell. I mean, we don't have the grades to soft sell some of these guys, but we're going to throw the soft sell on this guy regardless, because we're the only one going after him, man. Like, if we're going to get a guy for free, I don't need him to commit as soon as possible. I just need enough time to, to build a bigger enough lead until when Alabama comes in, we're far enough ahead. So I'm going to remove the hours. Now we have 80 hours to work with, and now we can do some visits. Now we could do some bi-week visits if we want, but I'm more interested in, the higher tier opponent visit against Washington. Maybe a team we could beat, maybe not, but we're also going to go throw these hard sells on for these guys and, just stay the course. But it's also like a point where if we wanted to, we could go back over to that 5-star prospect list and see who's being under recruited. It just so happened we have 3 5-stars that is being under recruited, man. And we could go after some more of these 4-stars, but when I see a 5-star, a guy from Hawaii, that's a linebacker, that's a dog. I'm definitely going to put 50 hours there, and we're going to try our luck with a 5-star linebacker. And I'm more willing to go after that guy compared to some of these other guys, because here we got Georgia, Clemson. They're going to come in at some point. You got Michigan. This is a Connecticut guy, but we got 2 big dogs. At least here, there's only one school with a big pipeline boost, and this guy's from Hawaii. They may never go after him. So we're going to try our luck. We'll see what happens. But we have 20 hours to work with. A bunch of guys hit their top 5. Go ahead. I'm going to go through and throw these hard sells on all these guys. And a guy like this, I may also throw on a visit. If I could avoid visits for some guys, I will, especially like that tight end who it looks like we're going to get for free. I will avoid a visit. But for a guy like this, we pretty far in the league. I'm actually going to save the visit for another week. I'm just going to put the 40 hours in. And my thought process is, if he don't need a visit, don't put him on a visit, man. We don't need to force the visit for any player. So we advanced another week, and let's see how we looking, man. Let's see how we looking. So for our tight end, we got to get some more offensive players on this list. Our tight end, we're still doing good. He's a gritty possession. We know that's not a great archetype, so the CPU probably won't even pursue him at all. This guy will come on a visit in a few weeks. I believe that's going to be next week. So we'll keep that in mind. He's at Syracuse right now. So we could potentially lose his recruitment right now. He could commit to Syracuse. Unfortunately, we didn't want to do the week 5 visit. We get locked out for playing style deal breaker. The only guy we went after for playing style deal breaker, and he locks us out. That's fine. It happens, man. That's the gamble you're going to go with. Remove that guy immediately. And then we can now go after another guy. Would I recommend going after a guy like this? Where We have to gain so much ground and we don't have a pipeline boost. It's like, it's too far. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I'll much rather just go back over to the prospect list and find a guy like this. I decided not to pit on a visit because I'm like, yo, we kind of got a big lead. And now I'm seeing Pitt is kind of pulling out on this guy. So now what we could do is lower to 20 hours if we want, but I'll leave the 40 for at least another week. This guy we could also now hard sell, and that's going to be a pretty good hard sell for us. And then we also could pit on the visit. Now that visit is quite expensive, so I would like to avoid it if possible. And Texas Tech is the only school interested, and they're currently not pursuing. So let's just pit the 50 hours in, no visit, and we're going to be good there. We're trying to get into the mix for our guy right here. We put in 50 hours that week, and we still didn't move up into his top 5. Not great. This guy dominating the recruitment, soft sell. Soft sell the situation, man. We're completely dominating. No point to waste hours. And, you know, if someone do start to come in, well, guess what? We just hard sell and even put them on a visit if necessary. So now what I'll do is I'll also put 50 hours into this linebacker from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Hey, man, I used to live in New Haven. That's right next to New Haven. But yeah, we're gonna try and get into the mix. Deal breaker, conference prestige. See if we get that guy and some of these other guys like this corner. We're in a good spot, man. We're in a good spot. I think we go ahead and throw like these 5 stars on the visit. That's the thing with the 5 stars, man. If you can put them on the visit, put them on the visit. Especially as a smaller program, we need as much help as we could get. So week 6 looks like it's going to be the prime time visit week for us. That's going to be a must-win game for us. I see we get. The thing is, we also can't throw these other corners for that same exact visit week because we're going to lose out on some points. So we could do a week 5 visit. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do for Jaden here, man. We're going to do the week 5 visit, and then we're going to go through and see if we could find a complimentary visit for someone just so that visit is going to be somewhat impactful, man. So what we can do is take these 5 hours off this other safety we're going after. He's a bust, but he looks free. So I'm going to take a hybrid safety that's, you know, might be a bust, but attributes don't look that bad. 85 speed is not that bad this year. And this guy right here, he's from Hawaii, but playing style is his deal breaker. We got to be careful. Tread lightly. We're going to do something risky, and we're going to put him on a visit for week 5 because we know it's going to be a complimentary visit. And we got to hope that playing style deal breaker don't change. But let's advance. I'm feeling good. So advancing through week 5. Let's see how we're looking. Still in the league for our tight end. We have 75 hours to work with. We're doing good for our tackle. And Syracuse did not win the recruitment. But, he's at the visit right now. I think it's week 5 right now. So we could very well be cooked right now. This guy would go ahead and throw the hard sell on. So we'll go ahead and take care of that. And we could put him on a visit. But another Hawaii guy. Thing about the Hawaii guys, they get a little bit under recruited. So I don't maybe need to do a visit, especially when we're the only one pursuing them. So putting 40 hours in, no visit, I feel comfortable with that. Same thing here, man. Virginia guy, under recruited, we'll take it. Linebacker hit his top 5. We got the hard sell going. This guy, we're trying to get into the mix. Middle linebackers trying to get into the mix for this guy as well. Soft sell busting for this guy. Like, we're doing pretty good. And like stuff like this, you see where Pitt completely removed their hours. Playing style deal breaker has hit, and yeah, they have removed them from the board, man. They have pulled their scholarship, so potentially we could get into the mix for this guy. Now we do have a playing style deal breaker, so we also got to tread lightly. But if this recruitment ends and we're in his #1 school and we just keep the scholarship out there, he will commit to us. So let's just keep that in mind. This guy we're cooked for. Let's continue to go through our corners. We have a bunch we're going after. And now let's max out hours, man. We have the extra hours. Let's put in 50 for all the guys we're pursuing. This guy's going to be on a visit during this bye week right now. This guy, we could put him on a visit next week. But this is a guy I really believe we don't need the visit. We have a good hard sell. And nobody has a pipeline boost. I generally believe we could win this recruitment just by not doing the visit. Now, in an emergency, maybe we do a week 7 visit if we start to lose at some point. But I truly think we'll be good. And now we can even look at maybe some of these other corners, or we can just come back over here to the prospect list and maybe add some more guys if we so choose. So I'm going to come over here to the prospect list, and I just want to sort by 4 stars and see who's being under recruited, who nobody want. And we'll add some of these guys, man. Add a few of these guys with low scholarships or no scholarships at all, especially some quarterbacks, even some running backs in here. It's a good amount of players being under recruited. And we only have 1 scholarship to offer, but we're going to get that out there to at least one of these quarterbacks. And all these guys, all of them don't look like a great decision, honestly. Honestly, they don't. Just looking at the pipeline boost, man. But a guy like this, a running back, oh yeah, I love that right there. I love the way that looks. All of those teams smaller, and that's why I say, when you're able to identify this week 1, you can identify this week 1, and literally none of these schools will go after this guy, and he's going to be free. So, advancing a week, Syracuse won, and we lose out on our first commit. That sucks. That sucks, man, because we just couldn't really do an earlier visit. It just didn't really make sense to do an earlier visit. Now, when you look at these quarterbacks, let's put 50 into Matt right here, just to say we're going after 1 quarterback. And we need to get hours into this running back right here because he looks like he's going to be free. I want to get ahead of that. But everyone else, we're looking good. Tight end still in a great spot. Nobody's going after him. So let's slow roll it, man. Let's continue to slow roll it. O-line, we have our 1 guy we're going after right now. We need to change that as well. D-tackle, we're looking good. Linebackers, we're going to bring in a bunch of linebackers. This guy, we may need to throw on a visit. Reevaluating here, we may need to throw him on a visit at some point. And let's use these hours. So what this tells me, Pitt and Texas A&M has got the playing style deal breaker. They have both pulled their scholarship. So we could remove hours there. And we'll also remove hours here and put 5 in. And I know that might sound crazy, but my thought process is we need to get a visit out for this outside linebacker because I think it's a chance that we get chased down. So we need to get that visit off, and we'll put the hours back in. Our corner, we're looking good. As long as we win this game, we will get some commits. This guy, the week 5 visit went well, as it was a bye-week visit. And this guy looks like we'll get for free also. 5-star we'll get for free. Looking good for this guy. We could even hard sell, but nobody else offered a scholarship. He's a bust. I'm a soft sell. I'm going to save hours. Another situation here. Playing style deal breaker has hit. It hit, bro. We have no need to put any hours in. Even if we get locked out, he's going to commit to us because he's locked out. The other schools has pulled out. They pulled their scholarship. The playing style deal breaker hit. So even if it hits for us, as long as we leave him on the board, he's going to commit. So we could completely remove hours from that guy. And now let's put 50 hours into this running back. And I also seen a wide receiver on the board that I want to get, man. 4-star wide receiver. Let's go come back over here. And 0 scholarship offers, route running artists. Let's go ahead and add one of these wide receivers at least. I added all 3 wide receivers, and the things to note, nobody has a pipeline boost for these wide receivers, man. They're in states where nobody won them. So let's just put 25 hours into Trevor Christmas, and let's try to creep into that one. Let's try to creep our way into that one over a couple weeks. So advancing another week. And we're looking good, man. We're looking good. We're trying to get into the mix with some of these guys. Got the hours going crazy. This guy, we can now put a full 50 in and really try and get into the mix for this receiver. And let's keep chucking along. Our tight end, if it's going to be free, we'll take it. Alabama has officially gone after this guy. So we're out. We're out. We need to find more linemen. That's one thing we need to prioritize at some point, and on both linemen, offense and defensive linemen. And we do have another visit coming up, but across the board, we're looking good. We could put the soft sell back on this guy just because we can. Why not just do it? Put the soft sell on him, get this commitment. We're currently at 0 commitments, but I promise you that will change very soon, man. It will change very soon. This guy we wasn't pursuing anyway. This guy, wow. How is he not committed? They want this to go to a recruiting battle. Nuts. This guy should commit soon. and that'll be another 5-star. I think we'll get 3 5-star corners, man. It looks that way. It looks like we'll get 3 5-star corners, and we'll also get a couple safeties. So I'm going ahead and adding some more linemen to the board, some more 4-star linemen, get them scholarships out there. And next week, we will definitely put hours into them. We will definitely put hours. Let's advance. And there you have it. We get our first commit, Will linebacker, and we get also a cornerback. 5-star cornerback, one of hopefully a couple, and looks like we're gonna lose out on one of them, maybe. So no, we did. So we're good. We're great actually. So I thought it was a small chance we get into a recruiting battle for this guy because he had that week 7 visit, but no, we're good. And these guys, I think we win this recruitment. Hopefully it don't go to a battle. That'll suck. That'll suck if it go to a recruiting battle for this guy because we're not going to win that recruiting battle against Ohio State. But now we have 110 hours to work with. Let's go prioritize that O-line. So let's go ahead, put 50 here, and we'll put 50 after that center as well. And yeah, I think we're in a good spot. I think we're in a good spot, man. We should get this commit off. So we have 10 hours. Let's just go ahead and throw it on this guy since we have it. So I also want to come back over here to the prospect list. We have a bunch of 4-stars being under recruited, 4-star D linemen, D ends. So let's go ahead and get them on our board and get them scholarships because we will go after them next week. More commits. We get a D tackle and also another 5-star corner. We are doing very good. We're up to 2 5-star commits. All right, let's keep going along. Our quarterback situation, we're okay. We definitely want to get a visit off. Running back situation also looking good. Playing style, his deal breaker. So we just got to keep that in mind. We also have a receiver here that might not be the smartest thing to go after, but I do want to go after 2 receivers. We do have our tight end, but Penn State is trying to come in. It's way too late. It is way too late, big dog. All right, so now let's come over here to D-line, make sure we're good for our center. We just want to constantly check to make sure nobody's coming back. He does go to USC week 9, which is maybe not ideal, but let's go ahead and offer some scholarships and put some hours into some of these guys, man. Get some scholarships out here to some of these D linemen and at least put 30 hours into that guy. And we get that other 5-star corner, Jaden from Pennsylvania. Come on, man. That's my twin. So going through, not much for us to do. That receiver decided to lock us out, so we can't even pursue that guy. Let's look here. So he went to USC, but we're still in the mix. We could consider a week 13 visit. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I'm hoping. Damn, all the D linemen has locked us out, except for one. Okay. We ain't put enough hours in quick enough. It happens. What we can do is now put 50 hours into this guy, and we could always go the 3-star route if needed. And reminder, we're a 3-star program, so we really should be signing 3-star players. We should be, at least in my head. But no, we're signing 4 and 5 stars here. So this other 5-star player, let's go ahead and put him on the visit against Michigan, which is going to be a tough game for us. But we can put him on the visit week 13, and Michigan is the top guy, top team we're going up against in that recruitment, which is interesting. Now let's look here. So, whoa, okay. So Ohio State came out of nowhere for this guy. Let's go ahead and throw 25 hours in. This guy, we also need to throw on the visit, also against Michigan. And we can hard sell that guy as well. So let's go ahead and throw that on. This guy, I'm going to completely remove all hours from this guy. And that leaves us with 50. And wow. So we throw 50 here. And we're going at a couple linebackers, couple cornerstone on the list. We walk away with 3 5-star corners. We should get this 4-star safety as well. And we also should get this 4-star safety as well. With only 600 hours to work with. And, I mean, I'm feeling good, man. We don't have – look at Georgia with 23 commits already. We don't have the most amount of commits, only 5 so far. But I strongly believe we'll end up in that top 5. Another week, and we still cannot put Buddy on a visit, man. We need to get this quarterback on a visit. Same thing with this running back. Receiver, it's time. It's time, big dog. So we'll throw you on a visit. I want to do the week 14 visit actually, because my thought process is the quarterback will be ready and that'll be a complimentary visit, and we'll also get the running back, and that'll just be a big complimentary visit for the offense. So with that in mind, we'll do week 13, and let's go ahead and throw the hard sell on you. And we have 50 hours left. I actually want to save those hours. This guy, Penn State, trying to come back, it's too late, bro. We're fine. We're cruising. We're cruising. Also, if I get one of these old linemen on the visit, that'd be great. We'll get this commit. Yeah, we should get this commit. Week 9, yeah, that week already went by. So we're good there. Got 50 there. We have hours to work with, but where do we use it? Maybe on a visit here. It's not going to let us do it. Oh, he's already scheduled for a visit, so we're good. We could pit some hours here to just hurry up to get this guy to commit. Or we go after another guy, and let's go after another guy. So we have 50 hours. Let's pit 50 hours into this hybrid safety that's flirting with the playing style deal breaker. Let's just do it, man. Like, it's a good chance that Notre Dame even gets locked out. And, yeah, the first safety we bring in is a bust anyway. And, yeah, let's do it. Our safety play is pretty good. Let's keep advancing. And we get our tight end to finally commit. That's the guy we just was stringing along, because if it's going to be free, let it be free, man. Let's not waste hours, even though if the commitment not instant. So now we hit top 5 for the quarterback, and now we can put him on that complimentary visit for, week 14. And we can also throw the hard sell on, which is not going to be a great sell, but it's good enough. Fortunately for this rebuild, challenge, we haven't had to sway anyone. The sway option is better. Is it the best thing in the world? I wouldn't say so. No, it's not the best thing in the world. This guy we could put on the visit. Do the visit help us at all? It do not. And I think this is a guy we also probably don't need to put on the visit, man. Those grades are probably not good enough to hard sell either. Let's just keep the 50, man. Let's keep the 50 and keep progressing. This guy, he's coming on a visit. We have the extra hours. Just go ahead and throw him on there. Just secure that recruitment. O-line situation, kind of know that. We want to get one of them O-linemen on the visit at some point. Yeah, need to get some of these guys on the visit. But across the board, I think we're good for everyone else. This guy will be coming on the visit here maybe this week or next week against Michigan. It's going to be a big-time visit for that 5-star. And then we have 10 hours left over. Let's just put it on Dom right here. Why not? And we could visit this guy. Let's throw him on a visit. So we'll do a complimentary visit. And, oh, man, I just love when the song pop up and you can't see their last grade, man. How many times that happens? A playing style is the only thing we know. So we'll have to do a playing style visit. So a guy like this, I'm actually going to remove my hours. I'm going to remove my hours. And let's pivot. Let's pivot. I think we're better off going after this hybrid safety and maybe guessing his hard sell or do a visit, do anything. Yes, let's throw him on a visit. I know that might be a little bit crazy. Pro potential is what we know he cares about. So we throw him on a visit. It's going to be a big complimentary visit. And now we could also soft sell him. And only if we knew only if we have 5 more hours, we could hard sell. But we're going to soft sell because it's probably going to be a guess. Yeah, it's probably going to be a guess. Let's guess this one. And we'll throw the extra 15 back into him. But now that visit is even stronger for our other guys. Even if we don't get this guy, I like that visit for, these other 5-stars. We have this 5-star linebacker that's going to help that visit. And then also this 5-star outside linebacker. So just putting that safety on that visit helps out with that tremendously. So that's kind of my thought process there. All right, so we're doing quite good, advancing another week. And our running backs, yeah, it's not worth, we already determined, it's not really worth hard selling that guy. This guy will be on the visit next week. So just continue to go through, look at all your guys. O-line is going to be something we need to address in the off season. And that visit went great. And now we are damn near cooked, man. What we can do is throw him on the visit for next week. And that will maybe uncook us. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. And then we also might even need to throw this center on the visit as well. So we went ahead and threw the proper hard sell on for our safety. We had the soft sell going, but now we have the hard sell and he's on the visit. We need a big time win, man. We won that game. I think we definitely won that recruitment. And yeah, I think we're good across the board, man. They're trying to come back for this guy. We'll put hours in, but I'm going to wait another week, man. We don't have enough hours. We're so far ahead. I think we're good. Advancing another week, and we get our free safety from Pennsylvania, and we are looking good. I think across the board, we're good, man. We'll get our quarterback to commit, man. It's the guy we went after super late. Same thing with our running back. He should commit. Another guy we went after super late in the process. Only issue, like I said, it's just the quarterback situation, man. This guy threw the hard sell on. So Buddy right here came on the visit last week, and I still don't think we're going to get him, man. We'll leave him because there's a chance it goes into a recruiting battle and we somehow win it. Same thing with this guy. We'll leave him just in case it goes to a recruiting battle. I really think we cooked for that guy at least. This guy, good lead. We have 80 hours left. Let's go ahead and secure this recruitment. It's been long enough. Let's just throw the 40 hours on, and he should commit instantly from the hard sell. And I'm kind of also at the point where I want to come back over here to the 4-star list. And so it's really no more 4 stars to go at there. But 3 stars, let's add a couple 3-star old linemen, especially some guys that, you know, it's under recruited. It's going to be a lot of centers here. And we're going to backfill our class with a lot of center offensive linemen. And maybe not ideal, but it'll work out. Advance, another commit. We get Dom. And then we also get our safety. And we'll also get another 4-star receiver. So we're doing good. We're doing good. Lost the safety to Notre Dame. That's fine. We wasn't going after him at all anyway. I'm going to go ahead and buy the O-line ability. Transfer O-lineman. More interested. Because we're also going to cover the transfer portal. And I definitely want to help out with the trenches, so we're going to go with that. And why not do it for receivers, running back? I mean, we have all these hours. Let's just spin them. Yeah, let's just spin them. Why not? All right, so we are at the last point of the season where we could recruit before the transfer portal. So it's kind of how we're looking. Our quarterback, we're looking good. Running back also looking good. Only got pursuing them. And we kind of knew that, man. Like I said, when you look at these schools, you kind of identify pretty early on when nobody else is going to go after them. And now we can put some serious hours into some of these 3 stars. More commits coming through. Let's get to the transfer portal. All right, so we hit the transfer portal. Let's head into this thing and see how it's looking. So we lost out on some players, and we probably got some other commits. Our quarterback here still hasn't committed, but he will very shortly. He will shortly, man. So let's go ahead and throw the hard sell on since we can, and we'll get him to commit as well. And then we'll go through our running back. We don't even need to put hours in because no one else is going to pursue him. We have our tight end, wide receiver commit, and then O-line. Let's go ahead and max our hours for these O-linemen. So even like 4 stars like this where you might not be in the lead for, and like this is a guy I would still max out hours with because the CPU get a little janky in the offseason. Sometimes they don't pursue guys like this. And sometimes we get them for free. So we're going to go ahead and throw them on the visit as well and just see if we could get them. So come over here to the portal and guess who want to come home? We need O-line and guess who it is? So Jordan Seaton, 5-star from Colorado. That's perfect. We also get a quarterback, another left tackle. Okay, we get a couple quarterbacks here. So the portal is looking great for us, man. The portals are looking great for us. Let's see, where's our class going to be ranked at this point? And it's probably 17, not bad, but after we walk away with this portal, we're gonna be good. So the way I'm gonna play this, you know, go by 5 stars and okay, a couple 5 stars, and then we get a 4-star running back, number 4 player in the nation, and he want to come be a part of something special. So we're gonna try to convince him. Let's go position by position. We got a couple running backs we go out there, all number 1. That's amazing. I don't know how we have so many top players interested, but we're not going to complain. Tight end, like this is where we really going to get our money on some of these guys. And then also we're still going to go after a couple high school guys. So advancing, we get Matt to commit, our first high school quarterback or first quarterback in general commits. So I'm interested to see what happens. So we just put 50 hours into all of our portal guys. Let's go ahead and remove this guy who committed to Notre Dame. We're in a recruiting battle for this guy. I didn't even notice. Wow, I didn't even put hours in. I'm bugging out. I didn't even put hours into a 5-star player we're in a recruiting battle for. Let's go ahead and max out hours. I can't put him on a visit. Same thing with this guy. I didn't even notice who was in a recruiting battle. So, yeah, I'm bugging. I'm definitely bugging. Let's go ahead and throw the hard sell on. But these recruiting battles be, like, glitched in the offseason. Because, like, look, the other team didn't put hours in. We'll put hours in. But we'll see if it even registers. I feel like sometimes it don't even register. This right guard, we're going at there, and maybe we'll get him. This guy, another guy where the CPU just be bugging out in the offseason, bro. They don't want to put hours into players. So that's why it's definitely up to you to put hours into guys, because the CPU will not do it. And yeah, they're not going after them. So we'll go all out for them. Got a couple 4-star or 3-star centers we're trying to get into the mix for, just to backfill the O-line. And now we get into the point where like these transfers, let's throw the hard sell on. Throw the hard sell on, and Jordan Seaton will be we need him. We definitely need him. He almost committed to this team in real life. All right, then we can also throw the visit on, and that'll be perfect. It's interesting that the visit is on. It comes from like his hometown instead of what school he's coming from. So it's like 10 hours when it really should be a lot more because he's coming from Colorado. But we ain't gonna complain. But now a guy like this, we don't have much of a chance for. So we're probably just gonna remove that guy from the board. So I went through the hard sell on for every player I possibly could. Now I want to come back over here to the transfer portal list, and you'll find transfers being under recruited also. So I just want to identify maybe a few of them and add them. Maybe a guy like this, a 3-star corner, any 4-stars, that's not going to get any scholarships and we could get for free. So it's going to be a bunch that, don't get any scholarships at all. But let's see. This corner looks like he'll be one. And also this running back. Okay, we could go ahead and get these guys for free in the transfer portal. Same thing with this running back. He would be another free player if we wanted to bring him in. But we don't want to bring in that many running backs. So advancing another week, we lost out on the quarterback, which is fine. We go ahead and add another guy to our board. And like I said, these 2 transfers that had no scholarships, we go ahead and offer a scholarship. We instantly number 1, and yeah, nobody else is even going to come into the mix. Now we just go through, put the wrong hard sell on for some guys. I would just throw the proper one on, and we'll just keep doing what we do. So these 2 guys here, like I said, we was in the recruiting battle, and we forgot to put hours in week 1 of the transfer portal, but we put hours in now, and now we're good. Like we move up to number 1. Like I don't know what the CPU be doing when we hit the portal, but we do have 4 roster spots left. I just went through and identified maybe some guys I didn't think we'll have a chance to sign. So we could come back over here to the portal, see who's being under recruited. It's another running back there. We can add him, probably get him for free. Let's continue to look through anyone else here. That's going to be it for the 4-stars. Well, now we could just come down here to the 3-stars and see if it's a couple of them. Got a couple linebackers we get for free at the 3-star level, so we'll certainly take that. And we even have some old linemen. Like if we sort by, top 10 interested, we find some transfer old linemen we could actually add. So I'm going to probably remove maybe a few of these guys. We don't need another safety. Maybe even remove, no, we can use the edge rusher, this linebacker, and then we'll go back to that transfer portal and let's search by top 10 interested, because when you search by the 3-stars, it don't show you every 3-star interested. So you kind of got to, search by that top 10. Now it'll show you all the, top players interested in you. And now we got a couple linemen in here, and we'll go ahead and add those guys. And we should be able to get them for free. Offer a scholarship and just put 50 hours in. And we should jump up to number 1 because nobody else even offered these guys a scholarship. There you have it. We're getting a bunch of commits. I think this is going to be the last week of the portal. Let's see here. So, yeah, we have one more week. We'll go through, and it's probably not going to be too much for us to do at this point. Let's see. So, yeah, we're jumping up for all of these guys with no scholarships. Easy money, easy money. This guy, do we have the right hard sell on? We do. Got some commits. We'll get this guy for free. This guy will be a close one, but we got the hard sell on. This one will also be a close one. No recruiting battles. Bro, we got into a recruiting battle for Jordan Seaton. That's annoying. That's certainly annoying. I didn't even know you could get into a recruiting battle for the transfer portal. So hopefully we'll get him. This guy, we're not going to come back and get. So we'll remove him. And now we're able to, kind of just see. So this guy, yeah, we're not going to get. We tried. We're not going to win that battle. So now we come back over here to the transfer portal list. And Now we can add some more guys. So National Signing Day. Let's see how we did, man. The big one is I want to sign Jordan. And we got into a recruiting battle with Clemson. We lost. Damn, 5-star player in the portal. Damn, that would have been so game changing. But we do end with a pretty darn good class, man. Pretty darn good class. A bunch of 5-stars, maybe 4 5-stars we end up with. Maybe 5. Let's see. We're probably going to be a top-ranked class. And yes, we do sign the number 1 class in the nation by a good margin as well, man. 261 is the points. Is that the best I ever seen by far? No, I got into the 300s before. I think at least. But not the best class ever by far. But, I mean, we just signed the number 1 class with Maryland, year 1. Yes, we used the transfer portal, but why wouldn't you? And also our high school recruiting class was pretty darn good as well, man. A bunch of 4-stars, 5-stars in the high school level. Also, some 3-stars on O-line. It's a pretty solid class, man. The one thing I wish we did a little bit better is sign, more high-level linemen. We end up signing a lot of 3-star linemen because we didn't prioritize them early, and then we had to settle for 3-stars. But some of these other positions were great, man. D-tackle, signed a couple 4-stars at on the D-line. Bunch of linebackers, 5-star middle and outside linebacker, 3 5-star corners, some safeties, 5 4-star safeties in total. It's a pretty good class, man. Pretty good class. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all boys, and we on to the next one.